Welcome to Picky Eater Bay Area. Please subscribe, like, and share. Well, today I make a Mexican breakfast. Potatoes, beans, eggs. I always like to season my potatoes before I put them in the pot. Now let's hear that sizzle. Make sure your pot is nice and hot. That bacon grease gives it a nice sizzle. And the green peppers is going to give it a nice kick. Now let's get into the rest of the ingredients. So I like my beans, Rosarita beans, a red onion or yellow onion, green bell pepper, the beef chorizo, and of course smacking. Always make sure you're super careful when you're chopping onions, bell peppers, potatoes. Believe me, I've been to the doctor for it. All right, well, make sure you get a good dice on your onions. Also on your green bell peppers. Clean it all up and dice them up. Now you're ready to go into the potatoes. Make sure you're mixing those potatoes up so they can get soft all over. And then here comes the onions and bell pepper. I like to use a rubber spatula because you get every nook and cranny into that pot. Then mix them up real good so it's even all over. You gotta hit it with that smacking spices made by me. While those are cooking, let's get to our beans. I always start with some diced up onions and some beef chorizo. Stir it well. Here's a little trick for adding your beans. You see, nothing comes out. So what you got to do is pop a hole in the bottom of the can, and it relieves the suction. And your whole can of beans will come out at once. It's like an air valve. Mix them up real well. Just a little flavor. You might laugh, but I like to add a little bit of paste, picante on it, or whatever red sauce I have, red salsa. And this might not be for everybody, but I come in with that Monterey Jack. Yes, that was the Kirkland Costco brand. And let that cheese just melt. Let's get back to the potatoes, and I'm going to throw that chorizo in there. And I like to use beef chorizo because some of my customers don't eat pork. So why use pork chorizo when I could sell to everybody? Pork, beef is still the same. Tastes good. You see, I use that old style greasy chorizo too. I love it. I got my potatoes cooking. My beans are smelling great. Let me get these eggs going. So I got to put some smacking on the butter. Ha! Smacking on the butter? Now I got to do the eggs going. For real. Look at that flavored butter. No salt in the smacking, by the way. You can add salt to your eggs, and I add pepper to the egg also. You'll see in a second. There's my eggs. Doesn't matter if it broke. Now it's time to plate it up. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The potatoes, the beans, the eggs. You can't eat it without these tortillas. Throw them in there. Good. And if you want, you can throw it all in a tortilla, wrap it up, throw some sour cream in there, make little burritos, take them to work, or eat them right there. You're good to go. It's all good. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Picky eater, baby.